Whatever you want to talk about Wednesday, 877-99 on Fox. That is 877-99 on Fox. We'll get to the Knicks. Joel Embiid is out for Game 2. The Lakers, LeBron gave a strong effort last night, and they still lost by 18 to Oklahoma City. We'll get to that in just a second as well. But there's a big soccer match. I know this because I heard it on my way in, and Bordot Ricardo has his soccer jersey on. There's aggregate. One of the teams is leading 5-4, headed into the game. We're stealing ideas from soccer, and we're implementing them into U.S. sports. What is the big soccer match today, Taylor?
It's a Champions League semifinal, Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich.
PSG.
Nailed that.
What is going on with Chris Sims, who is in London? He is traveling. He's on vacation. Is Sims at this soccer game? Is that where he's at?
So Sims was at the Arsenal, the other semifinal match yesterday, Arsenal Atletico Madrid, and Sims was in some kind of suite at Arsenal at the Emirates, and he was in a full suit at the suite. Like, Sims, stop taking yourself so serious and drop the suit look, buddy.
Wait, you were just at his house. You're friends with the family now. Phil loves you, and now you're taking shots at Chris. What are you doing? It's a dangerous game, man. Be careful. He wears a suit.
Yeah, but me and Sims have like this older brother, younger brother relationship where he wants absolutely nothing to do with me as the older brother. And sometimes I got to give him the banter. Like sometimes during football night in America, he would wear like a Mr. Rogers sweatshirt. I'm like, Sims, man, you're pretty cool, but that sweatshirt is doing you no favors.
I don't care that he's on vacation. Get him on the show, okay? Just see if he wants to join us.
I mean, he might care.
Well, I don't care if he cares. Just ask him if he could join us and talk some soccer.
Also, this suite he was in was a who's who.
Yes.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Wait, hold on. This is why I want to talk to him. Izzy will now understand why I don't care it is that he's on vacation. Give us the rest of the names in that suite.
It was Benedict Cumberbatch and Sean McVay.
Izzy's jaw just dropped.
Dr. Strange.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch. A little surprised. That one was odd.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know if it's a who's who. It's a who? Oh.
And McVay, right.
Right.
That's how Sims rolls, and he rolls wearing a suit. Listen, when you're going to an event in which you're going to see very little scoring, you got to dress up for it. It's a rule to live by, Taylor. Okay.
I believe he was in an owner's box, too, and that's why he was wearing the suit.
Wait a second.
I love that he checks me on this.
So you're going to an old, like, Chicago Bears, New England Patriots game in, like, the mid-1980s. Yeah. Everybody's dressed in the suit and tie.
Yes.
You're expecting low scoring.
Yes. Ditka sweater with a shirt and a tie underneath. I mean, imagine if Hallis was coaching that team.
I mean, he'd be dressed to the nines, apparently.
Yes, Mikey.
Jack Del Rio wanted to wear a suit on every game, probably because he knew he wasn't going to score for the Jaguars.
Yes.
Is that why Pat Riley dressed so well? Because it was all low scoring in his mind?
Yes.
Now it all makes sense.
Dress for success. I mean,
low scoring success.
Yeah, but defense was success for Riley back then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
The game has changed. Let's play this. We had weekend observations. We did it on the podcast on Monday. I'm not getting enough credit around here. No one is locked into these NBA playoffs more than me. Nobody. Sixers down 3-1 to the Celtics. Izzy is so mad at me right now.
Who's supposed to give you the credit? I mean, your name's on the show. You get all the credit.
I mean, listen, Taylor likes to send out clips of Taylor. Okay.
PSG goal.
Oh, that's your fault. You gave him control of your socials.
Hold on. PSG scored early?
Yep.
Wow.
2 minutes into this game.
So it's 6-4 or 5-5?
6-4 on aggregate.
Wow. You like how I knew that, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you just had to add one goal.
So like I was saying, I'm not getting enough credit around here because
for adding one goal.
Because no one is glued and locked into these NBA playoffs like I am. Not Izzy, not Stephen A. Smith, not Frank Isola, nobody. Sixers down 3-1 to the Celtics. No one gave them a shot. I said the Sixers would win that series. And B comes back, and he's healthy, and he's playing great. And then on Monday, we did the weekend observations, and I said this about Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, get some new material. Izzy, you know what the E in Embiid stands for?
No.
It stands for everyone knows you'll be hurt by game 3 anyway.
Locked
Taylor,
in. I'm locked in.
Did you record that off of a radio inside of a car and then replay it for us? What was that sound?
From a flip phone, too.
Yes, I was underwater. Yep.
Listen, I don't know how that sound sent.
Right.
I'm playing it on my phone right now, and it sounds completely normal.
That's exactly what I remember talk radio sounding like in 1991.
Yes. Is that Iowa Sam being the decoy yet again? I mean, playing defense against our offense. Jesus.
So, Stugotz
that audio
apparently
quality sounded like it was 15 years old.
It sounds good on Taylor's phone, though. I mean,
Guess so.
Should I play it from my phone?
yeah, yes.
yeah, do it. Play it from your phone
Yes.
on the mic.
Material.
Sounds great.
Izzy, you know what the E in Embiid stands for? No. It stands for everyone knows you'll be hurt by game 3 anyway.
Nailed it.
Now,
Now,
tinny, but still good.
Iowa Sam, let's hear yours again, please, if you don't mind. Just one more time.
Joel Embiid, get some new material. Izzy, you know what the E in Embiid stands for? No. It stands for everyone knows you'll be hurt by game 3 anyway.
Izzy on a car phone.
I'm like 3 car phones.
In a submarine. Let's go to Izzy from a sub.
Oh, my goodness.
And here comes Red Grange down the sideline.
That guy wears a suit. I mean,
That's like when you send somebody a picture, and in your phone it's glorious, and on their phone it's like this little 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter blurry box. It's
Yes.
like, oh man,
Yes.
something's wrong with your phone.
I think that's an iPhone to a non-iPhone transaction.
There you go. Well, we know the problem.
so Izzy, the Knicks have game 2 tonight at Madison Square Garden. I love game 2s because you're going to see the teams that are desperate tonight. Philadelphia still, without Embiid, is going to be a very desperate team. I imagine that game's going to be a lot closer than game 1 was. And then you have San Antonio later on, also a desperate team because they need to get a victory here.
I'm sorry.
They don't want to go down 0-2. Why are you laughing? We're finally talking NBA playoffs for you.
I'm cracking up because you say I love game 2s, and I was like, this is something I didn't know about.
Oh,
Stugotz.
I love a game 2.
So I wanted to go grab a pen to write about that down, which is another Stugotz move, and I don't have a pen, and both of those things just made me laugh together.
I have your pen. It's right here. But I do love game 2s.
Taylor's.
Well, we tend to get carried away in these series. We discussed this a little bit yesterday where the Knicks win big in game 1 and we think, all right, like I told Taylor today, I'm terrified of the Pistons. And I shouldn't be thinking about the Eastern Conference Finals because we're not done with Philadelphia yet. And so you have these teams who are desperate. They don't want to go down 0-2, especially the Spurs. That's going to be interesting because you can't go down 0-2 headed back to Minnesota. But this is going to be interesting tonight. I do think the Sixers will keep it very close, and hopefully the Knicks will win.
I'm with Izzy here, though, on you saying you love game 2.
It's an odd game to love.
Rank games 1 through 7 right now.
Okay, game 2, best 2 words in sports.
Wait, game 2.
No, come on. 7's got to be 1.
We'll go 7 as number 1.
So
clearly.
game
Come on,
7.
Taylor. That's the Andy Pettit game 2.
Yes. Yep. Thank you. It's a big game. Game 2 is an underrated game. I'm telling you.
But how underrated?
In terms of importance. Well, both series could be over tonight. I mean, technically, if the Knicks win, it hasn't started. No, and Minnesota already started. They won a road
Keep talking
game.
through these loops.
Yes.
You got
so
this.
game 7 is number 1 on my list. Okay. That's how I do it. I just keep talking until hopefully someone forgets, Mikey. Game 7 is number 1 on my list. Okay. Game 2 is number 2.
No way.
Yeah. Yes.
Bigger than game 6.
Much bigger than game 6. All right. Game 2 sets the tone for the rest of the series. Okay. It's a tone setter. So game 2 is my second favorite. And then I love, and man, do I love a big game 4.
Wow, I'd game 5 there.
Really? Yeah. Oh, really?
Yep.
Game 4 is not really that. Game 5 classically pivotal.
It's my list.
Classically pivotal.
Yes. Well, some would say it's not.
So game 4 was 3.
Game 4 is 3. Game 5 is 4. Game 6 is 5. How many games left do I have?
You've got 1 and 3.
So game 1 is the least important. Game 3 is the second least important. Yes.
So we go 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 1.
Nailed it.
So game 1 is the least important, but there's something that happens from game 1 to game 2 where the series can be decided.
Oh, the whole series could be shifted tonight. I'm telling you.
But it also might not start.
It might not start. It might be over. I mean, listen, tell me right now, if the Timberwolves win tonight, that series isn't over. It's over. Right?
Yeah, and we'll have started twice.
Correct. Now you're getting it. Yes.
I might not be able to read anything today because I'm crying with laughter.
Now, if the Knicks win game 2, the series isn't over. It just hasn't started yet.
Right.
Right, but it's close to being over. You get what I'm saying?
I think so. I hope so. I hope everybody gets it. I just know I didn't realize that game 2 was the second most beloved phrase in sports.
Yes.
It is funny with Joel Embiid. I was actually thinking about this before I heard him. Man, that was hilarious. Before I heard that he was out, I think they'd be better off without him. In a not for the series.
Right.
But in a let's just play free game 2. Right? Where, okay, yeah, we need to steal one eventually from New York, but maybe this isn't the one. Joel's not. And their defense just becomes better.
Yes.
Because they don't have Joel in a sort of lazy drop coverage 75% of the time.
Right.
And, if you tell VJ Edgecombe, hey, you got more responsibility now, we've seen that he can turn that into a 40-burger.
Right.
And so I think, not to say, again, not for the series, but for this game, too, they might have been a slightly better off without Joel.
Big game, too.
Izzy, this game, too, feels like it's two sides of a coin, where one side is Embiid sitting tonight, feels like a punt game 2, let Embiid rest as much as possible, get him back in Philadelphia. Series still hasn't started. The other side of that coin, the T in Tyrese Maxey stands for a trap game, 50-point game coming.
He did against the Celtics, right? That was without Embiid, and that was in Boston.
Yeah, this is what I worry about. I mean, I would rather Embiid play at this point. I'm so tired of that guy with the tickets and don't let Knick fans buy the tickets at Philadelphia, and then you're not playing by game 2. I mean, just enough out of him. A big game 2. Who misses a big game 2? I mean, nobody.
I don't know how many people know how big it is.
Yeah.
It was strange how defiant Joel Embiid was with the ticket thing in Philadelphia, where he was like, if you need money, I got you, but we really haven't gotten any follow-up since then. If a Philadelphia fan had an offer for $500 to sell their tickets to a Knicks fan, and they chose not to because Joel Embiid said, I'll just give you the money instead, Joel Embiid kind of feels like he's liable for that $500 now.
Well, I don't know if he feels like that, but perhaps an attorney will feel like that.
Carl Douglas?
There's just no way the message will get to him. That's how he'll be free of this. Oh, nobody. It never actually reached me. It reached my agent, but it didn't reach me.
Right. If you sell your tickets, Philly, I don't blame you. You bought him expecting to see Joel Embiid, and of course he's not going to show up because he never shows up.
But also, if I was Joel Embiid in that moment, I'd be feeling pretty good about myself. I just beat the Celtics team that was supposed to, by most people's measure, make it to the finals.
Right.
And now we've got this Knicks team that's, feeling itself because it beat the Hawks. But I think I'd be talking my stuff, too, if I was Joel.
It was their Super Bowl. You're right. I mean, can't disagree with you on that. I am terrified of Oklahoma City, and this is what happens, okay? When you blow out, you have a big blowout in game 1, you start thinking about the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then you start thinking about, hey, what am I doing all this for? Why am I staying up so late? Why am I getting so emotional? Because LeBron James gave you the game that he wanted, okay, that you wanted if you're a Laker fan. A great game last night by LeBron, still lost by 18, and Shea didn't play that well. And so I'm terrified of Oklahoma City because now I'm thinking about the NBA Finals.
I mean, this is it's disappointing, right? It's disappointing that Luka can't play because this would have been so much better.
I know.
It would have been so great to see Luka head of the snake versus SGA, bang, bang, one versus the other. Which one's going to dominate or which one's going to come out on top? And, based on that first game, it looked like, if Luka was there, the Lakers actually have a chance here. And again, the old David Stern line, I want to see the Lakers versus the Lakers in the finals every year. That's what's best for the NBA. That would have been amazing. But instead, it's more than likely going to be OKC. I don't know if you saw this, but Luka talked about his injury. And one of the things he said is that when he first got checked out, the doctor said, 8 weeks.
Right.
And so this would be 5 weeks. And so it's not looking good. If he plays late in this series, it's going to be probably, with a shot in his hammy and not feeling much of anything and really won't be able to play for much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Stu, you're seeing the problem with this Thunder team in terms of going forward in the NBA, where they've collected so many assets that when they're in their championship window, very clearly right now, they could very easily flip a first-round pick for somebody who is a surplus on another team and becomes a luxury for them. Like, they got Jared McCain to be, what is he, their 10th, 11th guy on their bench, and Jared McCain can come in and score double-digit points on almost any given night. When he was on the Sixers before he got that injury, Jared McCain looked like he could have been the Rookie of the Year.
They have so many quality players that they can adjust the rotation on any given night, and it won't lose much of anything. Like, the guys will step in and do whatever's needed of them. But to your point, it does sort of make me feel like there's something that can happen this postseason that can, quote-unquote, like I'm being hyperbolic here, but save the NBA, at least as far as not being back-to-back years for OKC and maybe not being Wemby's start of the dominance that people are going to get bored with. There's a little something that I think can happen this year that might change all that. But I don't want to talk about that yet. We got to go to break.
Really? Okay.
That's what we call a tease in the business.
That's a great tease. Unfortunately, we have a graduation speech we're playing next.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, sometime in the show, you'll get my answer.
Okay. It's the rare tease in the first segment for the last segment of the first hour. How about that? All right. Are you good with that? Chess.
Play chess.
We do have a graduation speech coming up next, but first, here's a word from Israel Gutierrez. Oh, wait, we have breaking news. We have breaking news. Hit it.
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
Coming up next segment, you guys will rank Triple Crown races because we have breaking news. Golden Tempo, the Kentucky Derby winner, will not race in the Preakness Stakes. Aiming to run in the Belmont in early June. Yeah. But again, the Kentucky Derby winner will not run a week from Saturday at the Preakness at Pimlico.
This is why horse racing is dead. I mean, I know the Derby got great ratings, but you want to see a Triple Crown winner, and now we've been stripped of that yet again. I mean, so I ranked the Triple Crown races like this. The Derby 1, the Belmont Stakes is number 2, and the Preakness is 3. How about that?
Okay. Yep. Big game 2. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Weeble should have been interrupted by that news.
Well, hey, we got to do it, Izzy. And I already made an error because it's not run at Pimlico this year. So it's at Laurel Park this year. But anyway, no Golden Tempo.
How about that?
Thank you.
It's still number 3.
It's time for our Tire Rack Play of the Day, courtesy of 97.1 The Ticket, the Pistons radio network.
Cade against Strus on the right wing. Cade to the basket, jumps it off for JD, another jam!
Yes, baby.
And that combination has been so good for so long for the Pistons. Jimmy Bickerstaff says, don't shoot it.
I would have.
Just win it. And 18-8 close for the Pistons after the Cleveland Cavaliers had tied the score at 93 with 5:28 to go in the game.
I would argue the play of the day was Asar Thompson's chase down block, but who am I to argue with Tire Rack?
And now they have, of course, a pivotal game 2 coming up tomorrow.
Huge.
I mean, you can't lose that one if you're the Cavs. James Harden, please. He is so bad. How many turnovers for Harden last night? 8? I think it was 8. He's terrible. I marvel, before we get to Dan Beyer and a graduation speech that I did, I marvel, we have guest bookers here. And I always marvel at who Taylor's going to say yes to and who he's going to say no to, because I really left it up to Taylor at this point. Bob Chesney is going to join us at 4:30 today, the UCLA head coach. And the timing is good.
UCLA football head coach.
Yes, because of the expanded, well, we all know Mick Cronin is the basketball coach.
Well, I was just thinking of any sports that's in season.
Yes. Well, the timing's good because of the expanded college football playoff that's being proposed. But I am wondering why you were so quick to respond yes to Bob Chesney.
So in sports, sometimes a line in the sand is drawn and you have to pick a side. We clearly have to pick a side in the battle for LA, UCLA versus USC.
Right.
And this show I will not allow this show to be a pro Lincoln Riley show. that fraud over there in Lincoln Riley. The 24-team playoff was made for Lincoln Riley.
Yes, it was. He's the one pushing for it because he's never in it. So
I did not know I would have to be picking a side in this line in the sand today, but I guess it's chosen for me, right?
Yeah, well, Taylor chose it.
Yep,
yes.
we're all Bruins.
Okay.
Okay.
You got Bruin.
Mikey, you okay with that? I mean, I don't know. I like the Trojans. I mean,
I kind of like USC. Maybe I don't love Lincoln Riley, but I like USC.
we'll give Chesney a chance to win us over. How about that?
I'm open for that.
Yes.
By the way, Stu, the answer is 7.
To what?
Turnovers.
James Harden said. I knew he was going to ask too much.
He stinks. Let's kick it over to Dan Byer. He has a sports update. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, so much going on, guys. We start out in the NBA playoffs where the 76ers and Knicks will play tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time in their Game 2 with New York up 1-0 and Philadelphia without Joel Embiid. He's been ruled out because of hip and ankle injuries. Timberwolves and Spurs play their Game 2 at 9:30 Eastern time. Wolves up 1-0 in that series, and Ayo Dosunmu has been listed as available tonight for Minnesota. He had missed time with a calf injury. Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards is considered questionable for tonight, but is expected to play despite his knee issue. Lakers guard Luka Doncic talking to reporters today about his hamstring injury.
I'm just doing everything I can. Like I said, every day I'm doing stuff I'm supposed to do. Obviously recovering now, working. Like I said, doctor said 8 weeks at the beginning of the first MRI. I'm just going day by day, and I feel better every day.
Luka sounding like he's talking in the year 2072. The other audio was like 50 years old. This sounds like 50 years ahead. Anyway, an 8-week injury for Luka with that hamstring, according to the doctor that took the MRI in early April. Luka obviously didn't play last night, and his status for Game 2 or future games in the series not looking good. The breaking news we had a little while ago, Kentucky Derby winner Golden Tempo will not run in the Preakness Stakes a week from Saturday. In a statement, Cherie DeVoe said that they hope to have Golden Tempo run in the Belmont. Former Braves owner and media mogul Ted Turner has died at the age of 87. Turner also once owned the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA. In baseball, the Astros lost shortstop Carlos Correa for the season because he needs surgery to repair a torn tendon in his left ankle. Final from St. Pete. Rays top the Jays by a score of 3-0. Dodgers lead the Astros 6-1 in the fourth, but Dodgers starter Tyler Glasnow had to leave after just one inning of work with an apparent injury. Brewers lead the Cardinals 5-0 in the eighth. And PSG continues with that 1-0 lead in the second leg, so up 6-4 on aggregate in the Champions League semifinal against Bayern Munich. Stu, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it. Yesterday, we had Christopher Mad Dog Russo on. We talked about graduation. I'm going up to graduation. Man, it goes quick. I am going up to graduation this weekend for one of my daughters at Syracuse University.
The Cuse.
Yep, looking forward to that.
The orange.
Uh-huh. And we talked about commencement speeches and the fact that Dog has never given one. I would pay to see Dog give one. I've never given one. Which is not the truth, because I realized that I did after we spoke with Christopher Mad Dog Russo. So I am going to play a commencement speech that I did for the Stugotz School of Broadcasting many years ago, since it's graduation season. But I was thinking, Izzy, about a top 5 list last night, today. Top 5 people in sports whose parents, if they were huge fans of all things graduations, what their names would be.
They love pomp and circumstance.
It's just a bridge into the speech. That's all it is. Okay?
A speech that you did years ago.
I did a few years ago, but it's laugh out loud funny. Okay. I think the audience will enjoy it.
No, I remember it.
Yeah.
I just thought you were doing a new one.
I have an OLI. I'm not doing a new one. No.
Okay.
Ever again.
That's a bridge too far.
Iowa Sam just asked if I wanted pomp and circumstance, and yes, I do. All right. OLI, Caleb Gowns. Thank you. Number 5, Brian Scala Victorian. Scal. Number 4, Matt Tasselback.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Give him the tassel to the back, I think.
Number 3, JaVale Degree.
That's a great one.
That's fantastic.
Number 2, John Aspici. Speech.
Let that one sit for a second. That's definitely a John Amici, a bit of a reach, but still hilarious at the same time.
A speechy.
A speechy, yeah, of course.
And number 1, Grad McConkey.
Grad Penny.
Oh, Grad Penny! Damn it! Thank you. So with that said, years ago, me and Dan Stanzik collaborated, and then years later, we would collaborate on a book. He thought I would write more of it because I wrote this speech. I didn't. I handed it over to Dan. Let's play my graduation speech for the class of, I think, 2018, perhaps,
timely.
From the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Listen up, students, faculty, parents, grandparents, and sponsors, especially the sponsors. TISO, the official watch of the NBA, that beautiful Spalding game day leather, and ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Graduates, ZipRecruiter will hire the producers, guest bookers, and researchers that will make your jobs even easier. Today is a date which will live in infamy for graduates of Syracuse and Northwestern. Great moments are born from great opportunity, and that's what you have here. That's what you've earned here. If we debated them 10 times, they might win 9, but not anymore. Today, we interrupt them. Today, we clash with them. And we shut them down because we can. Today, you are the greatest broadcasters in the world. You were born to be broadcasters, every one of you. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what great broadcast schools the Ivies have. Screw them. This is your time. I had a dream many years ago. I had a dream that my 2 teenage children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of the paycheck their father's character receives. I knew it wouldn't be easy to transform sports media, but take it from me. You miss 100% of the takes you don't steal from Greeny, Cowherd, and Pablo. I mean, I've missed more than 9,000 pronunciations in my career. I've lost almost 300 debates. 26 times I've been trusted to make the segment-ending joke and misheard what was said in my ear. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Always remember what you learned on your first day here. Speak loudly and carry a big shtick. You'll go far. To my many detractors, I ask, do you want the truth? Because most traditional reporters can't handle the truth. We live in a world that has paywalls, and those paywalls have to be guarded by men with journalism degrees. Who's going to do it? You, Lieutenant Wilbon? I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep for newspapers, and you curse the blogs and podcasts. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that the death of newspapers, while tragic, probably created better content. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, creates better content.
How is this
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about in press boxes, you want me on that radio. You need me on that radio. You use things like stats, sources, and post-game quotes. You use those things as the backbone of a life spent defending something. I use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to everyone who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I'd rather they just say thank you and went on their way. Otherwise, I suggest they borrow someone else's takes and mail in a podcast. Either way, I don't give a damn what they think they are entitled to. My fellow broadcasters, ask not what your alma mater could do for you. Ask what you could do for your alma mater. And what you could do is send yearly donations. Better make it monthly donations. If you want to make them weekly, that's fine. Just make them out to my name. Keep the cash flow coming. The buck stops here at my desk. And speaking of the Bucks, must-win game 5 tonight. And if you don't have to pronounce his name, as I taught you, remember, just call him the Greek Freak. In less than an hour, you will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest vocal battle on traditional journalism in the history of mankind. Journalism. That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is graduation day. And you will be sent out into the world to fight people with framed diplomas and stacked resumes. We will be fighting for our right to not work hard, to have no credibility, and still be able to land at the same network as Bob Lee. And should we win the day, graduation day will no longer be known as a day of accomplishment, but as a day other parents realize they have wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a day that we, the underachievers, declared in one voice, we will not watch the game at night. We may or may not watch the big fights. We're going to live on without facts. We're going to survive without reading. Today, we celebrate your graduation day.
Somewhere, like it's a little bit commencement speech, a little bit acceptance speech, a little bit closing argument.
A bit defiance.
Well,
very self-serving.
You really went Caleb gowns over Carl Anthony gowns, huh?
You're stuck on that, really?
There was so much to break down in that commencement speech.
Yeah, I was ahead of my time. Listen, man, foreshadowing. How about that?
My favorite was the appearance we got from Martin Luther Ding Dong Jr.
Stu, could I jump in and offer some observations on this?
Oh, please do.
I felt a little Teddy Roosevelt in there. I felt a little Few Good Men. And I felt a lot of, definitely at the end, of Thomas J. Whitmore, President of the United States, played by Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
I have no idea what you're speaking about.
I don't know. I just felt
How did you get any of that? I don't see. I didn't see any of that.
Get any of that?
What were you listening to while we were listening to the speech?
Are you claiming that I plagiarized my speech? Is that what you're...
No, I think you're just borrowing some spices maybe from several popular speeches from movies. That
true or false? We need him on this radio. We want him on this radio.
True. There's no way it was plagiarized. Half of it was about him.
You noticed that, Dan?
Nope.
Also, the act of stealing takes is encouraged.
Yeah, always, yes. I mean,
as a fellow graduate.
Yeah, steal mine, steal Taylor's.
Graduated top of my class.
You're my prize student.
It really is.
He also could have gone Matt Tassel instead of Tasselback, because Tassel would have worked as well with Castle.
Hey,
Stefan Tassel.
How about you make a list, huh? All right, we'll take a quick time out. We'll get to Izzy's thoughts on Anthony Edwards saving the NBA, the rare tease from segment 1.
But if you missed that tease or any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, 6 if you could, and provide a review. Again, just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's full show and the best of version posted right after the show. Also, check out our original podcast, Stugotz and Company, God Bless Football, and with Stugotz and Hochman.
A couple of big game 2s tonight.
Bigger than I thought.
Yes.
They're all big.
Well, game 2 is the second biggest of the 7. Game 7, of course, being the biggest. If it gets there.
Barely.
Right. Listen, you know what you're guaranteed in a series? A game 2.
Right.
You know what you're not guaranteed is a game 7.
Nope, absolutely true.
Yep. So Izzy thinks that Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, I guess, have a chance here to help the NBA tremendously because no one wants to see Oklahoma City dominate the sport the way they've been dominating the sport. And my fear is, I'm telling you right now, Oklahoma City is not going to lose, if they lose, until like Game 3, which is the least of the important of the games, Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Like this team is so ridiculously stacked and good that my fear is we're all getting emotional and all getting wound up for absolutely nothing because they're going to walk away with it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons, right? OKC being not, the world's favorite champion. And as far as the league is concerned, if there is a champion that isn't either, beloved or causing controversy or, they could use a better one. But I think with Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, they've sort of felt like the last few years, not really an afterthought, but kind of like a sideshow, right? Like, there's no way they can make it all the way, but dang it, they might be entertaining because of Anthony Edwards mostly. I guess before Karl Anthony Towns was a part of it. Now, if you're a fan of defense, I guess Rudy Gobert's part of it. And then Jaden McDaniels sort of evolving into a star is part of it. But if you sort of play this through and say, all right, the things that we don't want, right? We don't want OKC to win again and be another champ, but we don't want them to be a dynasty. We want them to kind of, be around as somebody that you have to overcome, but not be the champion.
But dynasties are good for the NBA, right? Historically, they are, just not this particular team.
Yeah, they're good for the NBA in a way, but like with the Spurs dynasty that lasted so long, they won 5 championships over, I don't know what that was, 20 years.
Right.
Was that necessarily good? It was a good thing because it was a team you could measure yourself against,
sure.
and that's important. I think the Thunder might be the only team this season that has shown that they are championship caliber from beginning to end. So if you're going to measure yourself against anybody, you want it to be that team.
I've been so out on this Thunder team ever since that first round series against the Suns, where you have 7'1" Chet Holmgren foul baiting 6'1" Colin Gillespie. And this is a whole other problem in the NBA right now where all the NBA players are looking at each other and being like, you're foul baiting. And then it's like, listen, guys, everybody in this league right now is foul baiting. Jalen Brunson, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, SGA, all the superstars are doing it because the NBA is basically encouraging it when these are the best players in the NBA.
Correct. Except Donovan Mitchell, who says he doesn't like to flop.
I mean, we talked about this before. It's all Michael Jordan's fault.
He flops every playoff.
He really does. But think about this, all right? So the other thing that some people are afraid of, in a little bit of a jokey way, but also in a bit of a real way, is that Victor Wembanyama's time as the dominant player, and therefore his team being the dominant team, is starting now, and we don't see when it's going to end. Right? Like that could... you're basically hoping for injuries the same way you did with Michael Jordan back in the day to see if your team can get past that. So if you have Anthony Edwards in this series coming back from injury and just being himself, letting his teammates be themselves and beating Victor Wembanyama, sort of delaying that process for Victor, that's a positive for the league, for fans, for Anthony Edwards fans, also for the style of play that he brings.
But it creates a storyline is what you're saying. So Wemby couldn't get it done this year. He felt the pain. He has to come back and be better next year. Right. Okay.
Right. Yes. And then in the next round, because we're just assuming Luka can't be back and he's not going to be healthy if he does, OKC's going to win this series. If he overcomes OKC, like he is America's hero right there. If in that series against OKC, what do you got, Taylor?
Dan's got something. Dan Byer is dying to get in here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think it's so funny on how it takes us so long to buy into Oklahoma City, yet we are so quick to buy into the Spurs.
Right.
Like the
well,
Thunder
it's because it's just a freak of nature, right?
The
It's
Spurs
just different
can
to look
prevent
at.
Oklahoma City from doing what we all don't want them to do, though.
Sure, but the Thunder at least have a title. Like there is no Greg Popovich there. There is no Tim Duncan.
Sure.
It's all about Wemby, and that's I think we are just racing so quickly because of the freak nature of Wemby. But in the same breath, not giving Oklahoma City their true flowers when they've already won a title.
Sure. I mean, you could even say that's another reason to say, hey, I don't want Wemby to succeed at this level just yet. He needs to pay his dues. Let's say he does that. He's already a hero, right? Fast forward to the finals, and really we're looking at 2 teams that they're probably going to face, right? It's either going to be the Knicks or the Pistons.
Right.
At least based on those game ones. We'll see after what happens in these huge game
Big game
twos.
twos, yes.
If he, in the finals, has Madison Square Garden as his platform,
yes,
I mean, he's going to absolutely become whatever the next level of superstar is. And then the other option being against the Pistons, and he's got a similar path to Michael Jordan and Kentucky. I mean, it's just a lot of things that can create this narrative of Anthony Edwards sort of taking over the face of the league.
I have a celebrity if they were named after graduation.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yep, we're going to the music world, the DJ world. Diplo.
Was it worth it?
Diplo?
I mean, that was way better an interruption than Dan Byers.
I am told by Iowa Sam that we have like 18 minutes to take phone calls, whatever you want to talk about Wednesday. 877-99 on Fox. So, Izzy, I want to see if I'm following you correctly down this Anthony Edwards path, because I believe...
I thought you were talking about Ricardo's haircut.
You are obsessed with Ricardo's hair.
Haircut.
He looks great.
I mean...
Yes, this is the best Bornot Ricardo has looked since we started.
Well, he usually wears a hat, so you can tell he's really proud of this. But the thing I love about this haircut is it's not only like pristine, like 2026, can walk anywhere with that haircut, but he also looks like he could be starring in like a Grease musical and like just fall into like the 1950s perfectly. Because it's like perfectly, like I would say Shams Charania would be proud of this haircut.
Yes.
Like that's how good this haircut is.
Yeah. And Stu, he's wearing a soccer kit, as they call it, not a soccer jersey, a soccer kit.
Yes.
And it has the collar. It's a France jersey. The collar on his kit.
It's a France kit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It looks like photo day here at Fox Sports Radio.
Right.
Wow, it's like a real collar and everything.
Wait a second. Ricardo, did you get a haircut for the big soccer game today? I mean...
Well, it is the semifinal, Stugotz, so I had to look good.
Right, yes.
I would have no commented that.
Dress for the job you want.
Exactly.
And we all know the semifinal is more important than the final, right? I mean...
This is the finals pretty much.
Oh, it is? Really? The finals before the final, huh?
It's the rare Champions League semifinal that's the Champions League final.
Huh.
Kind of like Arizona, Michigan in the Final Four. Right?
People are just discounting Arsenal.
Do they? So that's the team that's in the final?
Declan Rice.
Yep, Arsenal did.
And they have no shot regardless of who makes it through to the finals?
They should, but Arsenal's main focus right now is on the Premier League, which they haven't won in quite some time. So it's kind of like a pick your poison for this Arsenal team, where they're probably focusing all their attention on. It's the rare team that's in the Champions League final that might have their eyes elsewhere.
But isn't Declan Rice having such a good season that they're even talking about him about winning the ball or whatever, the balloon? What was the award?
Balloon d'Or.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm going to be honest with you guys right here in a moment of transparency. We're so far into this soccer talk right now that I don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, that's the problem with soccer. There are too many leagues. Everyone's confused. You're telling me there's a semifinal that happens. It's a final before a final. It's a league. It's a different league. There's this league, that league, the World Cup. It's all confusing.
No, I love that, though. Taylor's like, please, no more questions. Please. I don't know anything else.
No one does. I mean, the players have no idea what league they're playing in. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Board Up Ricardo asked me who I thought was going to win, and I essentially told him the German league. He like, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? And I said the NFL.
Tip of the cap.
We'll get to your calls here in a second. 877-99 on Fox. So if Anthony Edwards can beat San Antonio, right? Now he's back and he's coming off the bench, Edwards, and perhaps he'll start moving forward. But that creates a storyline for the NBA with Wemby, right? Has to come back, has to work harder, has to do it better, has to be better, right? Has to make that climb.
Yep.
Then goes on to beat Oklahoma City, which makes everyone happy because Oklahoma City does not win back-to-back NBA championships because no one wants that team as an NBA dynasty.
And I would say even greater, it would be a victory for ethical hoops, right? Because it's not, asking for begging for fouls and all this stuff. It's just, I'm Anthony Edwards. I can get a shot off whenever I want to, and I'm ridiculously clutch.
And here's the other thing. So the Knicks, who I have already in the NBA Finals, Knicks fans would love that. He'd get a standing ovation because the Knicks are now facing a Timberwolves team that Knicks fans feel like they could beat, as opposed to Oklahoma City, where Knicks fans are like, hey, we have no shot. So I think if this all plays out, you're right. He saves the NBA, and the Knicks win in 5, and he gets Finals MVP.
Like, imagine how star-studded Madison Square Garden's going to be for an NBA Finals, and yet Anthony Edwards would emerge as the biggest star there because of his performance.
Yes.
I mean, and he's just look, I should hate Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards did the thing where he was like, saw a line of, gay men at a thing and said, oh, what is this world coming to? And decided to post that on the internet. Right. I should hate the guy.
Yes.
But I see him as a young guy with a lot to learn and a very willingness to, right? I think he has that ability to. And he's just always going to be himself. He's going to be very personable, but always be true to himself. And I think he's impossible not to like. And so if he just, not only with his style of play, but with his personality, comes out on top after, what we've been saying, oh, it's Joker's year, oh, it's Shea's year, oh, it's Wemby's year, and it's Anthony Edwards out of this 6th seed with a bunch of defenders around him, that, that would do so much for him.
What Izzy just did there, by the way, is make it impossible for you to dislike Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, basically.
Because Izzy is right. If anyone is wired to dislike Anthony Edwards, it would be Israel Gutierrez, and he's telling you he likes him. Go ahead, Taylor.
And it would be a very star-studded event in Madison Square Garden unless there was another Met Gala, then Ben Stiller would miss it.
That phony.
I just don't understand the Met Gala, to be honest. First of all, it's like the Tour de France to me. It comes around every year, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was that this is happening now. Yeah, it definitely sneaks up on you. Yeah. And then it's just like, I don't care. It's a fundraiser, but it's really just so you can be seen in these clothes. Dude, you guys are rich. You can be seen in these clothes whenever you want. Just put it on. Just put it on and then put it on social. Same thing.
Mm. I got to tell you, man, I see all these celebrities at the Derby. I want to go. I'm not big, horse racing, it's dead. I'm not big, but I am big on partying. And that just looks like a massive party, man.
I think that's the Preakness, no?
No, I think it was definitely the Derby.
It's all of them.
Yeah, well, the Derby is where Tom Brady was falling down drunk, right? And where Wes Welker was supposedly on Molly.
And was handing out Molly.
Allegedly.
Yes,
right.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry, allegedly, not supposedly. I'm very thankful, by the way, speaking of a sort of Taylor situation, like don't ask any more soccer questions.
Yeah.
There was a caller, and the subject line said Pelicans head coach search, and I got nothing on that. And so thankfully that person has fallen off, but maybe we should take one of these others.
Yeah, the caller has dropped. Let's go out to Mark, who's in Miami today. Mark, go ahead. You're on Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Mark?
I agree with your sentiment. SGA, as great as he is, he doesn't have to do it, but I blame the refs more because if they're going to fall for that bait of foul baiting, he's going to do it every time, and you're skilled and great as he is offensively, and he's probably as good as anybody in the league right now outside of KD, he can sell that call. So I blame the refs more than that. I just really hope they get taken out, and I agree with you on Ant-Man. I just love the way how unfiltered and raw he is. Sometimes he'll get him in trouble, but the guy's so damn entertaining. But another guy I really enjoy is Kate Cunningham. Maybe he's not as flashy as Ant-Man, but I think overall game you can make a strong argument that he's better than Ant-Man. It's just that he's not as flashy and he's not as unfiltered or raw, but he doesn't flop, do anything. He's just an ultimate gamer. He's just
ethical hooper, that guy,
on every single play. I just love it. And as a Knicks fan, as a Heat fan who hates the Knicks, Brunson does that at times, but I just love the way his bulldog mentality, being an undersized guard, the way he attacks and just goes at guys, and the way he just his ultimate will of being a second-round guy who was expected to be a 9th or 10th guy off the bench. I can't believe I'm saying this as a Heat fan about the Knicks, but I really enjoy watching them. They're kind of entertaining. Cat, even though he's off the wall, when he gets going, man, and the Garden's rocking, it'd be entertaining. So I just think the sentiments of OKC, as great as they are, I don't think a lot of people enjoy them at all. And it would be, hopefully, I'm hoping whoever it is, Ant-Man preferably, even the Spurs, just somebody take them out, because with this new CBA intact, I'm just hoping they're going to lose a lot of their guys and their dynasty is not going to be intact. So I think they're going to start losing some guys starting this year because they've already maxed out SGA, Jalen Williams, and the other CA. So it's going to be great to watch. Thanks for the time, fellas.
All right, thank you, Mark. Call again, please, whenever you want, about whatever you want. This is why I came back to sports radio.
Round of applause.
There are different types of callers. Mark is the type of caller who calls in and just does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, the show that he wants to do, that's the show. And I said, hey, it's whatever you want Wednesday. So you can talk about whatever you want.
Take a segment off our hands.
But Mark, I'm telling you, you could do that on a Thursday, Friday, a Monday, and a Tuesday. Whatever you want. Okay? You're always welcome.
Whatever
here.
you want, apparently for how long you want.
I don't care.
Gotta get it all in.
Yes, he was doing his show.
He mentioned Cade Cunningham, and I thought, in terms of like the potential finals opponent for Anthony Edwards, it would very much be like the Michael Jordan path of having to get over the tough defensive Pistons team with the all-world point guard. Then it was Isaiah, now it's Cade.
I can tell you, as someone who watched his first Pistons game last night, Cade Cunningham is good.
That was your first game last night, huh?
Yeah.
That Duran in the post.
I am terrified of the Pistons. I want nothing. Let's go Cavs.
No, the Pistons, for me, we have the close your eyes test where I ask you guys to close your eyes and imagine something.
Yeah.
The Pistons don't pass the close your eyes test because close your eyes and imagine Tobias Harris as a second option for a title team. You can't imagine.
Dude, my eyes were wide open, and I couldn't believe what he was doing in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay, because he was actually being the guy and doing it well.
Yes, Mikey.
Since Taylor likes to bring up all his takes that he was right, I believe the Knicks didn't pass the close your eyes test when we did that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, the Knicks didn't. Nope. So the close your eyes test for the Knicks was close your eyes and imagine Karl Anthony Towns winning a title.
Yes. Well, now close your eyes.
Now imagine he's winning.
Well, he's on the Knicks.
Has anything changed? Try again. Yeah.
You know what? In the spirit of accountability, when I close my eyes, I could kind of picture Cap. I could see the 32 in the outline of him. His face isn't filled in yet, but we're starting to get that picture.
I still can't believe he was in Devil Wears Prada, too.
You know the take he never reminds you of, Mikey A? That he hates this Yankee team, and they've won 17 of 19, I believe.
Least favorite. Not hate. Least favorite.
It's my least favorite, yes.
They've won 17 of 19.
Listen, all the fathers out there know you have a least favorite kid. If you have more than one kid, you have a least favorite kid. Doesn't mean you love that kid any less, but you have a least favorite.
Right. I don't.
Wow.
This is like when your least favorite kid, he's succeeding really well, but the sport is like badminton. It's this kid.
I know Taylor was trying to set me up for the joke there. I wasn't willing to do it. My kids are graduating this weekend. Yes.
Listen, I'm speaking as a guy with no kids.
Yeah.
All the dads out there know they have a least favorite kid.
Wait, aren't they twins?
Yes.
Yeah, it can't be. You can't have a least favorite.
Yeah, well, you can. Let's go out to Kelly in North Carolina. Kelly, go ahead. You're on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, do you think Fernando Mendoza saved Carlos Mendoza's job by making the last name look good?
Unfortunately, yes.
I mean, it is a good time to be a Mendoza.
It's never been a better time to be.
You got some credibility, instant credibility.
Yes. Let's go. Thank you for the call, Kelly. Let's go to John, who's in Maine today. John, go ahead. You're on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, guys. Loving the show.
Thank you.
When I watched the Kentucky Derby, my wife and I used to watch the Kentucky Derby, and we'd always have a private bet between the two of us, and we'd pick a horse.
Wow.
She died 3 years ago, and I still watch the Kentucky Derby, and I still pick a horse. So this year I watched, and I picked Great White. And I looked up at the heavens, I said, okay, honey, and all of a sudden I'd see on the TV, I went and got a drink, and I'd come back, and it's like, my horse flipped over and knocked the jockey off, and they scratched him, and I'm like, out of all those horses, I picked the one that decided to have an attitude adjustment, and it's like, holy crap.
That was your wife making sure you didn't win.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah. She definitely, because our private bet was if she won, she had to make love to me, and if I won, I had to make love to her. So,
baby,
win-win.
What a bad! I'm gonna try that.
Is a genius.
I am gonna try this out on Abby.
that.
Yes, I'm gonna try it tonight.
What's the horse race?
We'll do a basketball game. I don't know.
I don't care what the bet is. I'll lose.
That was such a great line by Izzy. That is your wife, even in the afterlife, still getting the best of you. I mean, just letting you have it. 877-99 on Fox. That is 877-99 on Fox. Yes.
No, I just had something to read if you want me to.
Oh, no, I thought we had
Totally up
5
to
more
you.
minutes here. I mean, Sam was
we
telling
got
us
plenty of time.
No, we have time for calls. I mean, they're wide open lines right now. I just cleared them out. 877-99 on Fox. That is 877-99 on Fox. Because, of course, we are killing time here until Bob Chesney joins us and tries to convert us all to UCLA Bruin football fans.
Are we sure he's not related to Kenny Chesney?
I have no idea.
Should that be the first question? Or
Well, probably not.
Okay.
I think Kenny Chesney might be joining us on the show, actually.
Really?
How about that? Yeah. He's got a concert. He's got he's got a residency at the Sphere. He also just wrote a book, and he's been on with me several times before.
What we need is a podcast with Bob Chesney and Kenny Chesney, and it's called Couple of Chesneys.
What else would you call it?
I don't know what they would talk about, but I would listen. At least in the first episode.
All right, Taylor wants to play a game of one table. So Iowa Sam, Depoy, get that music ready, please.
There's one table left at the hottest spot in town, and everybody wants it. Who's getting it? And who's getting left outside? Greatness gets seated. Everyone else waits. This is one table.
It sounds like Sam. Was that Sam?
No.
No?
Yes. We played this game earlier today with T-Bob from Barstool. Check it out on Stugotz and Company, the show we do before the show.
And thank you so much for making this a restaurant with one table left instead of a restaurant with just one table, which makes no sense.
It's a terrible business model. Go ahead, Dylan.
So this one is tough. The table is in South Bend, Indiana.
Wow.
And in walks Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
And in walks Mike Golick.
Ooh, senior.
Yep. Notre Dame's first family.
So it's Marcus Freeman, the coach who hasn't won a national championship yet.
Hasn't really figured out his hair.
Against Mike Golick, who I don't think won a national championship when he was at Notre Dame.
Hair looks great.
But he is part of the first family of Notre Dame.
Iconic sports show.
In fact, I'm guessing Golick had, a voice when they hired Marcus Freeman and made that decision.
Ooh,
yes.
wow.
And Freeman should give Golick the table out of respect. But Golick, being the nice guy that he is, would give Marcus the table. This is a tough one.
This is very tough because, I'm imagining who would be more okay standing outside, who would look more just okay with it. And I'm sorry, but I don't see Marcus Freeman standing outside in the cold waiting. You know what I mean? Everybody in South Bend would be like, what's wrong with that restaurant?
Yes.
Versus if Golick was outside waiting, people would be like, oh, what a nice guy. He probably let somebody else eat in front of him.
Yes.
And Freeman is not waiting outside if it's raining because half his hair would get washed away.
That's right. Yes. So Marcus Freeman, we all agree he would get the table?
I love Mike, but there's no chance. There's no chance that's not Marcus's table.
This is Marcus Freeman's table.
Yes. Do you have another? Because I have one, I think.
Yeah, you can go.
Can I use guys who are alive and guys who have passed away in their primes?
Yep, in their primes.
Yeah. Okay. Bloomington, Indiana. Bobby Knight in his prime.
Wow.
Kurt Signetti right now.
Wow.
Yep.
It's the Hoosiers.
Couple of angry people looking for that table.
Yeah.
No one's giving it up.
Listen, you don't want
Neither
either
is
of them in
giving it
your
up.
restaurant. I can tell you that much. They're going to complain about the wait staff, all of it. I mean,
The steak has never been cooked right.
Yeah.
I think ownership would want Signetti because Knight would walk in and probably just throw the chair at the table, throw it across the room.
If he doesn't get his table, he is wrecking that place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a real Hoosier daddy.
So this is prime Bobby Knight right now, Dan. Prime Bobby Knight.
Yeah,
they're coming off a championship. Keith Smart, I think it was 84, 85, something like that, and he's walking into that restaurant.
Yeah, it's
same
Bob
time
Knight.
as us.
It's Bob.
It's got to be Bob Knight.
Wow.
The general's getting the table.
There's it's not even an ounce of hesitation.
Wow.
I think we need at least another.
Yeah.
We need about another half dozen years of Signetti. We need a few more memes out of him before he can get to. I mean, Bob Knight threw a chair across a court during a game.
Right.
That is iconic stuff.
And Dan saying he would do that when he walked into the restaurant. Imagine if Patino walked in.
Wow.
What?
Where's the kitchen?
Oh, geez.
I'll be right back.
Table sturdy.
Be an exciting 14 seconds. I mean,
This table is in L.A. The Rock walks in.
Ooh, Dwayne.
And then Kevin Hart walks in.
Wow.
Who gets the table?
In front of him, though. He'd have to walk in front of him to be seen.
yes, Rock or Kevin Hart.
The Rock gets the table. What are we even talking?
I think that's 100% The Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think part of it is because Kevin Hart's just going to handle it better. He's just going to tell jokes about how he got, overtaken by The Rock.
Let's stay in L.A. Prime Magic, Prime Kobe.
Kobe.
Are you sure about that? Magic brought the sizzle to. He is the Lakers.
Yes,
man.
there's no Kobe without Magic.
And most people which is crazy to me. Most people put Magic ahead of Kobe on the all-time players list. They automatically put Magic top 5.
Yes,
which is crazy because he's basically looked like what 41-year-old LeBron looks like.
Right.
But anyway, I digress.
I'm switching to Magic now.
I think it's Magic.
What
that
happened?
smile, like
What
that.
happened?
His smile was so.
Izzy made a compelling argument.
Right. Okay. Good.
Go back and watch some of those documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wow. I mean, it's not what I thought.
What about Shaq versus Kobe? Prime.
Shaq, Kobe, prime.
They're giving it to Shaq. I think most people think that everything happened between them was Kobe's fault because he was too demanding.
Well, I also think people viewed Shaq as the number one on that team, which is why Kobe has said that those championships he won without Shaq were more important to him than the championships he won with Shaq.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kobe would not get the table. He'd just go to the gym and take some more jumpers. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcasts. Please follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, just search Stugotz and Company Live wherever you get your podcast. You'll find today's full show there, and also a best-of version posted right after the show. Also, check out our original podcast, Stugotz and Company, God Bless Football, and with Stugotz and Hochman.
You're Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago.
UCLA head football coach Bob Chesney going to join us right after Dan delivers a sports update.
No Joel Embiid tonight for the 76ers against the Knicks in their Game 2, out because of hip and ankle injuries. Tip-off from the Garden, 7 o'clock Eastern, as the Knicks are up 1-0. Timberwolves and Spurs in San Antonio, 9:30 Eastern in their Game 2. Minnesota leads that series 1-0. Anthony Edwards is expected to play despite being listed as questionable. And more good news from Minnesota, Ayo Dosunmu is considered available for tonight despite dealing with a calf injury. Lakers guard Luka Doncic says he's frustrated with his hamstring injury that's forced him to miss more than a month. Luka spoke with reporters today, says he doesn't know when he's going to come back, and the doctor who conducted the MRI in early April said it would likely be an 8-week injury. Kentucky Derby winner Golden Tempo will not run in the Preakness Stakes, which is a week from Saturday. Instead, will focus on trying to run in the Belmont. Former Braves and Atlanta Hawks owner and media mogul Ted Turner has died at the age of 87. Astros lost shortstop Carlos Correa for the season. He needs surgery to repair a torn tendon in his left ankle. More bad news for Houston. They're down to the Dodgers 11-2 in the 7th. Brewers beat the Cardinals 6-2 today. Rays blanked the Jays by a count of 3-0. Champions League semifinal. 68th minute right now in the second leg, and PSG's up on Bayern Munich 1-0. PSG up on aggregate 6-4. Stu, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. We are waiting for Bob Chesney, the head coach of the UCLA Bruins. There is a handler who is walking back and forth in the Zoom, and Taylor felt the need, rightfully so, to tell us that's not Bob Chesney.
I mean, I knew that. I'm staring at
I thought Stu was going to introduce him, and I was like, that's not him.
Hey, Bob.
How far would we have gotten to go with that interview without you recognizing that wasn't the head coach?
That guy could sit down, and for 8 minutes I would interview him as if he was Bob Chesney. Yes.
Listen, I will never forget Bob Chesney because in 2024, when he was at James Madison, he opened up an absolute can of you-know-what on North Carolina.
Yeah.
Sardines.
The Dukes went to Chapel Hill and beat UNC 70-50.
Wow.
That was a Belichick game, yeah?
No, that was a Mac Brown. That was the beginning of the end for Mac Brown.
Yes.
Stu, they beat them so bad in that game, Mac Brown got in the locker room, reportedly, allegedly, and told the team, hey, guys, I quit.
Right. Everyone has that moment. Yep. And that was his. Yes.
Then he showed up the next day and goes, hey, guys, remember when I said I quit? Yeah, I was kind of kidding about that. And everyone's like, those cans are already out. Or those worms are already out of the can.
I trust Taylor sources on this.
I also think the coach pushing for an expanded playoff, it's not Lincoln Riley, although he's one of them. It's Bill Belichick.
I mean, that'd have to be quite the expansion.
Yeah, we're going to expand it to all 131 FBS teams getting into the playoff. That's how North Carolina gets in.
That's how down he is on this program. It's amazing.
He'd have a hard time getting into the NCAA college tournament right now with 74 teams.
There's 126 teams in the playoffs. Let's go to the bubble. The first team out. It's Bill Belichick in North Carolina out of the ACC.
The field of 74. So we're awaiting Bob Chesney. We'll let you know when we have him. He's the head coach at UCLA. I want to give him my Mount Rushmore of UCLA football players because I'm certain he's interested in that.
Does Colin AI have his Mount Rushmore of UCLA football players? I think we need to set that up, no?
Yeah, it's something you got to ask before the segment starts.
Well, Chesney hasn't sat down yet, we don't think. And so maybe you want to try to ask AI Colin right now on the Fox Sports app. What do you make of the expanded playoff here, Izzy? Because to me, it's ridiculous. 4 was enough. Wherever we're at now, that's certainly more than enough. We don't need expansion. It's absurd. I don't care who the 24th best college football team is in America.
Well, where are we with that? Is it official? Is it going to happen? Is it a discussion
The coaches
right
are pushing
now?
for it.
The coaches are pushing for it.
Yes.
Of course they are.
Which means it will happen. So,
well, I am not a huge fan of it. I don't think it's necessary. I think 12 is just fine.
Right. That is Bob Chesney, and he is getting ready to sit down with us. He's the head coach at UCLA. He just put a piece of gum in his mouth. Why? Because he's a coach. I mean, he's laughing at me. Bob, how you doing, man? Oh, we can't hear him.
This is why you shouldn't ask for Ricardo to leave.
Yep. And this is why I shouldn't have asked you to ask AI Colin for his Mount Rushmore of UCLA football players. Coach, if you can hear us, just stay right there, and we'll get you connected in just a second. Go ahead, Izzy.
I'm just laughing at this. But if you're asking me about the expanded playoffs, I mean, it was at 12, I felt like it was just unnecessary. It was just adding more teams. We don't have 24 teams capable of winning a national championship.
Yep. Taylor, guide me here, and I don't mind this, being uncomfortable on live radio in 250-plus markets, because this is why I came back to radio, to feel this uncomfortable, to be sweating. I mean, and that's what I'm doing. Taylor's plugging something in right now. Bob Chesney is looking at us like he's crazy, and he has every right to look at me.
I can't believe you asked Ricardo to leave the room. I'm looking in the hallway for Ricardo.
I didn't ask him to leave the room. I mean, tell him to take the vape pen out of his mouth and get back in here. I mean, let's go.
I feel like we can just ask Bob a bunch of yes or no questions and decide and tell everybody whether he nodded or whether he said no.
So, Bob, I'm going to give you, if you don't mind, while we get you connected here, I'm going to give you my Mount Rushmore of UCLA football players. So Bob can hear us. He just can't. He can't talk back to us. And you shake your head as to whether or not you agree or disagree. Okay. First name is an obvious one: Troy Aikman.
Oh, that is a strong nod from Bob Chesney.
He nodded yes. Okay. Second one, Kenny Easley.
Ooh. Oh, that's another nod.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Third one, Jonathan Ogden.
Ooh, I thought about it a little bit. Thought about it.
All right, Bob. Bob, you can speak now, by the way, I think. Go ahead.
All right. How many do I get? What's on Mount Rushmore?
It's 4.
What's on that?
Yeah, it's 4.
It's 4.
So it's 4. So hold on. My fourth is going to be Terry Donahue.
Oh, this is going to be trouble. Yeah, this is going to be trouble here.
All right.
We're going to run out of room.
All right. Donahue, he's on there, right? Terry Donahue?
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay. So the one guy that you were hesitant about was Kenny Easley. So if you took Easley off, who would you replace Easley with? MJD, or what do you think?
I mean, how's Gary Beeman not on there? As the only Heisman Trophy winner from the history of UCLA, like he's got to fit somewhere on there.
Yes.
You're gonna have to make a little more room. You're gonna have to make a little more room because I don't think we should take anybody off.
Right.
But I think we got to get him on.
I have to be honest. Taylor wanted you on. He wants to convert us all to UCLA football fans, and you had me at sit down. You are a good-looking man, sir. I mean,
what's he supposed to say to that?
Taylor's a smart man. Taylor's a smart man.
Yes. Go ahead, Taylor.
So, Coach, I played football at the University of North Carolina. I graduated in 2016. The image of JMU beating Carolina 70-50 will be etched in my mind forever. And, Coach, that day, you converted me to the Bob Mob.
Well, that was a pretty special day. I mean, that was a special day. There's a lot of things that happened in that football game that I don't know if you'll ever see happen in the same football game, from onside kicks to block punts for touchdowns to pick sixes to, muddle huddle 2-point play. There was a lot of football that happened in that day. I remember we got to the end of the first quarter and they're like, you're going to do your interview at the end of the first quarter. It was like 20 something to whatever it was at the end of the first. And the lady came over. I'm like, wait a minute, it's only the first quarter right now. I felt like we had played so much football. I thought it was the third quarter by that point in time. So it was a wild day for sure.
Bob, I'm curious. The UCLA campus is one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen, but I'm wondering what's been going so well for you in recruiting. I'm reading everywhere, top 5 recruiting class, and obviously just getting there. What's the message that's working for you so far?
Well, I just, this is like the third time I'm saying it today. I feel like the millionth time I've said it since I've been here. I just am very proud to be here. I think this is a place that is steeped in history, not recent history, but you go back and look at the history of this place, it is phenomenal. I think you add in the fact that we're the number one public school in the country, and then you add in the fact that we had 6 girls drafted in the first round in the WNBA, draft. Our baseball team, hopefully ends the season with another national championship. They have the first pick of the draft and probably the third pick of the draft. You go into gymnastics, you got Jordan Childs over there. You go to beach volleyball, both of those girls will be on the U.S. Olympics team. You go to water polo, 9 of our players will be on the Olympics team. You're walking around this athletic department with first-round draft picks and Olympic gold medal winners is really what you're doing here. Like, that is elite. And then we're not even talking yet about the future CEOs and the doctors and the lawyers and the engineers and the, whatever it might be out there that are also walking on this campus. This is and then you go, okay, well, it's in LA. LA could be you're in the greatest, most sought after area of Los Angeles that exists. And I just then you go to the history and the alumni and their willingness to be part of this and their mentorship to help our young men become something bigger than just football players in their time here and then long after that. Why not, right? Why not? And I think that's the thing for me is like you're checking boxes everywhere you go. I don't have any idea why not us.
That sounds like a recruiter right there.
Oh, no, it's a great
that's what's working for UCLA.
But he's right. He's
now.
selling a great city, a great school with great history and great athletics. I mean, it's
100% true.
And what took him so long? I mean, how come they haven't gotten back sooner? Because of you. You're not there, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that for me, it's about, you said selling, but it's not. I said I was on Rich Eisen earlier today, and it's like we're not selling anything. We're presenting.
Right.
And in the end, what you're doing in this college football process, I think, is you're trying to make a match, right? That's what you're trying to do. And you're trying to make a match for more than just financial reasons. You're trying to find people that believe in your program, believe in your vision, believe in what you're doing. And then when that match gets made, it's great. But you have to present everything to them. They have to see it all very, very clearly, the good and the bad of it, so that they can make a long-lasting decision and not some impulsive, quick decision just because there's a couple dollars attached to it.
What do you make of coaches here pushing for an expanded playoff, Bob?
Well, I heard you guys talking a lot about it, and it didn't sound like many people were in support of it.
I didn't love it.
I think, the question is how many teams could really win the national championship. That's a fair question. Yes. I do think at the same point, it feels like it's never enough. When you had 4, it wasn't enough. You go up, it's not enough. You keep, you work your way through that as long as you could shrink the season a little bit, back some things up and get into those playoffs. I was part of the 36-team playoffs, in Division II and Division III, and I thought it was pretty awesome. We had moments where nobody believed we could do things and made it to the Elite Eight. I think we made it to the Final Four one year. Those are things that, are memories that will last absolutely forever. And I think, why not do it if people are willing to do it and you have the time frame to do it in? Why not?
Yeah, I believe 12 is it's probably too many, but the games are entertaining. So okay, make it 24. That's fine. At least it'll be entertaining games. That part, yeah, I'm okay.
And
with
the stakes are higher, so that's a good thing. Yes. Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah.
Coach, you've arrived at UCLA. Amazing resources, the bright lights of Hollywood there. What's the furthest you felt away from this when you were coming up in coaching?
Worcester. I mean, listen, I went to school there. Tell me a single thing. I went to school at Clark University. Give me a single thing you miss about Worcester. Anything.
The people.
Okay.
The people, man. I miss the people. I miss the people at a high level. We spent 11 years there, and they're just some of the toughest, most blue-collar, great people. That's what I miss, truly. But I think probably when I became a head coach at Salve Regina University, which from Clark you've heard of, but probably nobody else on here has. Mm-hmm. That's a Division III school in Newport, Rhode Island. Our stadium was 3 miles off campus. We played at a middle school football field, all right, where our kids had to drive their cars every single day to practice with their pads on because there was no locker room up there. We had to practice at 6 a.m. We had to be done by 8 because at 8:01, the elementary school had a free period where the kids were able to walk around the track, and you couldn't be on the track anymore if they were out there. I also did softball game management, where I was responsible for, raking the field and throwing down the quick dry and figure out if we could actually play that day.
Yes.
That was my call as the head coach. I was also in charge of work study at that place where everybody that did any work study in athletics, I had to submit their cards or they want to get paid, and it was a 2-week cycle. So that would probably be, I was doing the equipment inventory. I was doing laundry at one point. That would probably be the furthest away I felt from it.
And now you have someone doing the laundry for you. Yes, that's amazing.
Yes, that is. That's the bonus here. Yeah.
Bob, have you been able to give the proper assessment to In-N-Out Burger? Because I believe it's gotten a bad rap. Every time I've had it, I've enjoyed it very much.
Yes, love it.
I think it's phenomenal. I think that they do such a good job. The cheese to meat ratio is phenomenal. They melt the cheese perfectly. There's nothing better.
That's what I'm talking about. That's proper. Does it bother you at all that you get compared to a lot to USC legend Pete Carroll?
Why?
No, I admire the heck out of him. I think that, I've followed his career for a long time. There were, many years where I from a distance just admired the heck out of the juice he brought to it every single day, the connection he had with his players, the fun and joy he had playing this game, and did it at a high level. I think, he's phenomenal and I haven't met him yet, but I look forward to having the opportunity to do that in the near future.
It's an amazing place, Bob, we've arrived at in college football. If I told you a decade ago that Indiana was going to be the number one program in America, you would have told me what?
I said, who's the coach, is what I would have said. That's what I would have said. But no, it's wild. It is wild, and I think that it's just one of those things that gives everybody a lot of hope, right? It's the same thing when you're talking about the playoff thing. If you're saying it's only however many teams, would you at the beginning of the season put Indiana in there, 2 years ago? Probably not. And here they are doing what they do. So, I think they're a first-class organization, and Coach Signe does such a great job, and they kept their staff intact when he made that move from JMU, and there's just a lot of things that culture already was moving by the time they hit the ground running in Indiana. So I just think there's a lot of positives from that program for sure, and just really cool to watch it from the outside.
And, Coach, I feel like from the outside looking in, you followed a bit to Signetti's playbook, bringing some of your guys to JMU to kind of help ease that transition. I just want to circle back for a second. I never really got an answer to if you like the nickname the Bob Mob.
Yes. like all great coaches, he dodged the question. He avoided it.
I really like your question, your setup to your question. I was ready for a real one in there, and then that popped up.
The old change up. Yes.
I don't mind it. Any support is good support.
All right. Bob, we are UCLA Bruin fans for life now, okay? If we come out to a game, I expect sideline passes. I want access, unlimited access, all right? We're coming out to a game.
Deal.
Done?
Done deal. You spent time in Clark University.
Yes.
You deserve it.
All right, we're there.
It's the prize you get after spending 5 years in Worcester. Yes, thank you. All right, Bob, good luck to you the rest of the way here. We'll let you know when we're coming out, and thanks for your time today. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys so much. We'll see you again soon.
All right, thanks.
Go Bruins.
Yes, go Bruins. That's our team. Bob Chesney, head coach, UCLA Bruins. We'll wrap it up after this.
I'm so glad we could actually hear him eventually because he kind of sounds like Tom Brady a little bit. You get that?
He sounds like a coach I would want to play for.
Well, that's for sure.
Yes.
Hey, be sure to check out our new YouTube channel for the show. Just search Stugotz Live on YouTube. Again, that's Stugotz Live. Hit the subscribe button. After you've done that, tap the thumbs up icon and comment away. Whether you agree or disagree, let us know what you think. Again, just search Stugotz Live on YouTube and subscribe. And you can also subscribe to Stugotz 790 on YouTube for videos from our original podcast.
All right, we have about 2 minutes here, so a quick game of hand up. Iowa Sam, this is dangerous against a hard net workout. Mikey A's making a face, and he should make a face. Very dangerous game. Iowa Sam, give me the imaging, music, whatever we have back there. Oh, there it is.
There it is. This doesn't sound familiar.
No.
Yeah, because we haven't played Hand Up in a while.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can start it for us.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Hand up, when the other team didn't have enough people for softball yesterday.
Yeah.
I pointed towards Izzy and said, you guys could take him.
What a jerk. What a jerk.
You offered up Izzy to the other team?
Because you know what?
God. It was a scrimmage.
You know what I said specifically as I was walking back to our dugout? I was like, if they're taking players, I'm definitely staying on this team, you jerk.
That's why they kept looking at you.
He's chalking it up to a scrimmage. If it was game 2 of the World Series, the most important game, you would still give Izzy away.
Listen, all I'm saying is, Taylor, you better be there next Saturday for the playoffs in football, okay?
Who's next? Mikey, you got one?
Hand up, I got recognized in the store today,
Yeah.
and I was so embarrassed that I ran away and hid my face.
What? By a man or a woman?
Somebody went by a man. He
Right.
went, Mikey A!
That's
And I was
great.
like, only one group of people would call me Mikey A.
Yes.
And I ran away.
My group of people.
Run into a turtle shell there.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Oh, man, hand up, I suppose. I like to brag a lot about since I've been training with my leg guy, my buddy Dr. Blake, that I don't have any back issues. I hurt my back coughing in the shower this morning.
That's how it starts.
It was just one aggressive cough, and it was just, what is that?
Yeah. Hand up. Talking about not having back issues always is going to give you a back issue.
Yeah, you can't mess with karma like that.
Was that your hand up?
Yeah, no. I improvised. I mean, he jinxed himself.
I did.